What rivalry game at Texas would you compare? Would it be Oklahoma that you would compare this to? Texas Tech?
I say Texas Tech. I think Oklahoma to me was more of like a football. I think when we went to Tech, it was, playing at Tech, even when Tech came to us, I would say that was the biggest rivalry at Texas.
Did they throw tortillas in basketball too, or just
No,
football?
I mean, there was some things thrown. I mean, I remember one time during the game, we went there last year, it was water bottles. It was some crazy things getting thrown on that court that I'm like, I've never seen on a basketball court just being thrown, so.
Do you like that in a way though, when the other team's like, egging you on a little bit and then you're able to answer and that back and forth, you enjoy that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we live for that competition. I mean, seeing the fans so into it, showing how much they care about the game, care about basketball. So, I mean, yeah, I think it just brings a lot of us. It brings a lot of, I don't know, just that competitive side out of us that we have every game. But, I mean, seeing the fans so into it, it's just a different type of experience.
How long did it take you to learn about the animosity between UC and Xavier and how much this rivalry means to the university?
Honestly, right when I got here. I mean, still now to this day, like I'll be at Target, I'll be at OTR. I mean, I go to the Target. What is it called? I forgot what it's called. But I'll be at this one Target. I'll be anywhere around the city, and I'll have fans that come up like, "Good luck on the season," and I mean, Xavier, we can't wait for y'all to play Xavier. I mean, that's immediately what they go to. So I think I heard about it right when I got to the city. Not even from my teammates, just from the people around the city, the fans around the city I hear it from.
You mentioned your experience playing here last year while at Texas and the crowd and the environment. How much are you looking forward to seeing this? Because it's kind of a different level compared to all the other games.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember I seen a picture on my phone just yesterday from just a little throwback when we came here last year. And I was kind of looking in the background, like looking at the crowd. And I remember when we came here last year, it was nuts. I mean, we weren't expecting anything for real because like this was Cincinnati's first year in the Big 12 last year. So we coming in, we didn't know what to expect as far as a crowd or a type of fan base that Cincinnati had. But by the time jump ball was going, I mean, we were looking around like, wow, it's packed. So it'll be fun for me at least to be on the other side of it. Like when having the crowd packed for me and the team, not being on the other side when I was at Texas coming here was a little bit different. I didn't really get to experience the crowd on my side, so it'll be a lot fun this time.
As a player, do you kind of get up seeing that environment and thrive off of that energy?
Oh yeah, I mean that's what we live off of. I mean, I've said this before, we play for the name in front of our chest. We play for this city, we play for this university. So seeing the crowd, seeing the fans like that, I mean, that just gets us to a whole nother level. So they're gonna help us win games, like I've said before. Fifth Third, and the fans around the city, the fans of this university, them being at Fifth Third, cheering us on, being loud for us during every single moment of the game, the ups and the lows, still being there, having our backs. I mean, they're going to help us win games this year for sure.
Been one of the best individual defenders in the country this season. Would you attribute that to the system and your mastery of the system so far, or more towards your individual athletic skills and being able to kind of cover so much ground in such little time?
I just say the standard that Coach West has built. I think that's the biggest thing. Coach West gets a lot of freedom on the offensive side, but I mean, defensively, that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what it's going to take to win games. Especially like me being in college for a little minute now, I kind of understand that that's what it takes to win games. There could be games where, we're not making shots or the offensive side is just looking a little tough for us, but we can still push through on defense, and eventually the offense will come, especially with, good offensive players that we have like Seamosh, Jizzle, Connor, all those type of guys. Like the offense will come. So I think the biggest thing now is just defense. Defense is going to help us win games. I think Coach West has emphasized that since I first got here, even when he was recruiting me, like defense is the biggest thing. Defense is going to help us win games. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing, is just emphasizing that side of the ball.
On that note, Xavier is a team that traditionally has a lot of different skilled guys with the ability to shoot, pass. So how much is that message this week that we have to come in locked in immediately from the tip to kind of keep them from getting a rhythm early?
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. And I think Coach West just emphasized it's all about us right now. Like, we know this is a big game. We know the city's been waiting for this type of game. But I think as long as we focus on us, focus on what we can control and doing the things that we do every day in practice, and I mean, it kind of starts today for us, going hard in practice to get ready for this game. I think it comes down to us doing what we got to do. All the little standards that Coach has put in line, all the things he wants to emphasize, all the little details that it takes to win any game for. And I think if we do that for 40 minutes, I mean, we can see ourselves in good position. It'll help us put ourselves in good position as long as we just do the little details that we've done since the summer to help us win games.
I'm gonna throw a crazy stat at you.
Go ahead.
In games decided by 7 points or less in this series over the last 35 years, Xavier is 14-1.
Okay.
What do you guys have to do if this is a close game
Yeah.
to get over that hump? Because that's an insane number.
I think just stick together. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, especially hearing a stat like that, I think it all comes down to just sticking together, being by each other's side, pushing each other up, even when we get, highs or lows. There's going to be lows in every game. But being next to each other, continuing to motivate each other, even the guys on the bench. I think just being together and pushing through, remembering the little details, giving every effort on every possession, taking one possession at a time. But like I said, I think it's just the standards, the little details that's going to help us win games. It'll be little things that we think, didn't matter at that point of the game. But, I mean, every little detail matters. Every little possession matters. Like, I think all those things, just staying together, I think we'll be fine if we do those things for 40 minutes.
In the past, guys from both teams might play in a summer league or a scrimmage somewhere. Have you played against any of those guys at all anywhere? Or do you know any of them, or
Nah, I
enough to
don't.
politely chat about the game, or no?
Nah, I don't. I have one of my homeboys played there last year, Quincy, who plays with the Lakers now. He's on a two-way with the Lakers. So I've talked to him a little bit. I've talked to him on FaceTime. He just says it's the biggest thing in the city. So I've talked to him a little bit. Obviously, he's on the Xavier side, so I'm not talking to him right now or anything like that. But during the summer, I was, and he just told me it's a big game to go hard for both sides. It's a big game. So, I mean, that's just what he told me. That's the advice he gave me. And obviously, I'm not going to be talking to him any longer, especially after this game or before this game this week or anything like that. But that's about the only player I know that played there.
Dillon, you mentioned the fan support here for Cincinnati. Obviously, you're new to this rivalry. What's your message to the fans to come out and support on Saturday?
Just keep doing what y'all do. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Obviously, they've been there every game. They've been cheering us on. I think it's the most fun when, like, there's possessions. Obviously, there's games where, I'll have a dunk, or AZ will have a big dunk, or CMOS will hit a crazy three and they go crazy. But I think one of the fun things that they do is, like, when there's a dive ball or just a toughness play, how loud they get. So we'll need that for this next game and just continue to do what they do. And, I mean, I'm sure they're excited as we are. I've been hearing about it ever since I got here, like I said, from around the city. So it'll be a fun environment to play in, especially for me. It's the first time.
Being the first time, like how would, I don't understand how to kind of word this, not being overly hyped, because sometimes you could be overly hyped and not play outside of yourself. How are you going to be able to control your emotions just to make sure that you're even keeled, not getting too high and getting too low?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think just trusting the work, trusting everything that we've been doing, being confident in my team, being confident in Coach West and the rest of the coaching staff. I mean, they're the biggest reason why I came here, and I trust them. And I know I don't want to get too high low, but like Coach West is the same way. And I think seeing him all composed and knowing that this is a big game, but I mean, every game once we get in conference is a big game. So obviously this means a little bit different for the city as far as, the rivalry. But I think just taking the game one possession at a time, not getting too high, too low, like you said, and just being confident, knowing that we put in a lot of work since the summer when we first got here, knowing we're built for this moment, we're built for this game, we're built for, the environment that obviously is going to be our home environment, which we're excited for. But just trusting the work that we've all put in together, having each other's back, and playing with confidence is the biggest thing I say.
Well, good. Thank you, Dylan.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thanks, Dylan.